Imagine stepping into a moment when engineering confidence was high, expectations were shifting fast, and a certain machine emerged with intentions that were clear even if the market around it was anything but predictable. Think of a time when compact performance machines tried to balance agility with emerging demands for sharper power, and enthusiasts debated whether precision could stand out in an era chasing brag-worthy figures. Picture the tension between a design built for measured control and an audience hungry for harder hits, where a single decision about configuration or tuning could determine if a machine became a headline act or a misunderstood niche entry. Consider how easily a product can be overshadowed by stories that came before it, even when its own story is worth hearing. And imagine peeling back all of that to understand why certain machines age differently, gaining appreciation long after the noise has faded. If you enjoy deep dives like this, remember to like, subscribe, and comment what topic you want covered next. The Honda NS400R 1986 entered a world where expectations for performance machines were rising quickly, and its arrival marked a rare moment when a major company released a configuration that defied common assumptions. The model carried a compact V3 layout that signaled a focus on balance rather than brute output, and its purpose was rooted in translating advanced technical thinking into a street machine that preferred finesse over raw spike. Understanding how this motorcycle came to be requires looking at the climate of the mid-1980s, when riders were fascinated by light, quick two-stroke platforms and magazines spent entire issues comparing how fast they accelerated, how sharply they turned, and how modern they felt relative to machines from another manufacturer that often featured more displacement. In that environment, any product with a smaller number on its side panel had to work significantly harder to earn attention, and the Honda NS400R 1986 was no exception, because its three-cylinder layout carried both benefits and limitations that would shape how riders interpreted it. At the core of the Honda NS400R 1986 was a design philosophy that leaned into agility, predictability, and control under changing loads. Its engineering team emphasized how a centralized mass and carefully tuned chassis geometry could allow a rider to place the machine with a level of precision that other platforms sometimes struggle to match. By choosing a V3, Honda aimed to provide stable torque delivery without sacrificing the quick response often associated with two-strokes. But that also meant it would not generate the same kind of peak attention that larger engines could command during performance tests. Riders of the era often compared everything by simple metrics like quarter-mile times or top speed rankings. And while the NS400R could hold its own, it was engineered to excel in the dynamic moments between those measurements, especially during corner transitions and variable throttle control on winding routes. Even the styling of the Honda NS400R 1986 reflected this intent. Its bodywork was compact, its proportions clean, and its ergonomics favored an active riding posture that rewarded input rather than masking it. Riders who experienced it firsthand often described a feeling of connection with the chassis that encouraged frequent directional changes and exploratory use of the available power band. Its front-end response provided confidence when approaching a curve with moderate speed, and the rear-end stability created consistency under moderate acceleration. On roads with mixed surfaces, this translated into a sense that the machine wanted to maintain composure even when challenged by imperfect pavement or unpredictable angles. The Honda NS400R 1986 also benefited from several technical features that were considered advanced at the time. Its aluminum frame kept weight low while preserving structural rigidity, and its adjustable suspension allowed riders to tailor the setup to personal preference, which was not always possible on competing platforms. The braking system was tuned for strength and modulation rather than abrupt bite, helping the motorcycle feel approachable at low speeds while remaining capable at higher speeds. Combined with the compact scale of the machine, this gave the NS400R a distinctive personality in urban settings where nimble control mattered at least as much as peak figures. Where the Honda NS400R 1986 sometimes struggled was in audience expectations. Many riders of the period equated excitement with sheer output, and the NS400R, while quick and responsive, did not leap forward with the same explosive top-end character that some expected from a two-stroke. This often created an initial disconnect for riders who anticipated a particular sensation and instead encountered a machine tuned for broader usability. Yet, with time, those who engaged deeply with the model began to appreciate the refinement that went into its creation and how its performance shaped a specific style of riding that rewarded careful throttle application and smooth corner entries. Looking deeper at the Honda NS400R 1986, its real strengths appeared when evaluating balance, behavior under high lean, and the stability of its steering response. The machine remained predictable even as conditions changed, giving riders the confidence to explore limits without feeling overwhelmed. This predictable behavior played a major role in solidifying its reputation among those who enjoyed carving through technical landscapes rather than seeking straight-line records. It demonstrated How thoughtful engineering could produce a riding experience that felt cohesive rather than dominated by any single characteristic. The Honda NS400R 1986 represented a form of technological experimentation not frequently repeated. Its layout required a careful approach to cooling, exhaust flow, and engine harmonics, and the engineering team managed to produce a machine that delivered all of this while remaining approachable for everyday use. The compact engine mass contributed to the stable handling, and the attention to airflow allowed it to maintain consistent temperature ranges during extended rides. Even its sound, distinct from common layouts, added to the sensory identity that set it apart from other offerings of the time. When assessing what defined the Honda NS400R 1986, the chassis characteristics consistently stood out. The frame prioritized stiffness in key areas without adding unnecessary weight, and the suspension tuning struck a balance that rewarded both casual rides and spirited exploration. This gave the machine a versatility that some riders did not expect from a two-stroke, especially one featuring a configuration so rarely seen on public roads, while its engine size sometimes caused it to be overlooked by those seeking headline specifications. Enthusiasts who valued handling quality often placed it among the most enjoyable machines of its era. To fully understand the Honda NS400R 1986, it helps to consider the cultural context in which it arrived. Riders debated what defined the future of performance machines, and many believed displacement and peak values would guide progress. Honda, by contrast, produced a motorcycle that suggested a different vision centered on control, balance, and rider engagement. This placed the machine at an intersection between expectation and experimentation, making it a topic of discussion for those who sensed that performance might eventually be evaluated by more than straight-line measures. Over time, the Honda NS400R 1986 gained appreciation from enthusiasts who recognized how its mix of technical features created a riding experience greater than the sum of its parts. Its combination of lightweight, confident chassis feedback, and distinct engine configuration allowed it to stand apart, even when placed alongside machines with larger engines. For many, the real achievement of the NS400R lay not in outperforming rivals, but in offering a perspective on performance that valued precision and predictability, shaping how riders interpreted what a mid-range two-stroke could be. The Honda NS400R 1986 offers an unusual case study in how a technically impressive machine can struggle to communicate its strengths to an audience shaped by simple expectations. At the core of this model story is the tension between innovation and perception, where riders sought one type of experience while the machine provided another, and that divergence shaped its reputation for decades. This contrast becomes clearer when evaluating the specific engineering decisions that made the NS400R distinct, because each decision carried both practical benefits and marketing challenges that would shape how the motorcycle was judged. Much of the Honda NS400R 1986 experience begins with the way its V3 engine balances internal forces. The layout creates smooth firing intervals that help refine throttle response, allowing the motor to deliver strong mid-range behavior even when its peak numbers appear modest on paper. This smoothness was intentional, designed to help the motorcycle maintain traction and stability during corner exits, particularly on imperfect roads where sudden surges could disrupt the rider's line. While the engine did not create headline-grabbing acceleration, it provided a usable range that felt consistent and reassuring, especially when combined with the chassis tuning. Another defining characteristic of the Honda NS400R 1986 is the relationship between the engine and the frame. The aluminum construction minimized flex without creating unnecessary harshness, and this balance helped the motorcycle respond cleanly to rider input. The geometry encouraged quick direction changes, making the platform feel lively without feeling unpredictable. Riders familiar with its behavior often noted that its stability under load was one of its standout traits, enabling the machine to navigate technical routes with fluid precision. This same precision made the NS400R rewarding at moderate speeds rather than requiring high velocity to feel engaging. The cooling system of the Honda NS400R 1986 contributed significantly to its reliability. Because the V3 configuration generates uneven thermal distribution, engineers designed a flow strategy that managed heat effectively across all cylinders, ensuring consistent temperature control during extended rides. This prevented drops in performance under stress and helped preserve engine longevity, which was especially important for a machine tuned with advanced porting and active exhaust technologies. By keeping temperatures stable, Honda ensured that the NS400R stayed predictable even after prolonged use on varied terrain. The handling characteristics of the Honda NS400R 1986 were deeply influenced by its weight distribution. The compact engine allowed mass to remain centralized, improving stability during lean transitions and reducing the effort required to change direction. Its suspension components, tuned with a focus on mid-corner confidence, delivered a riding sensation that felt planted yet responsive. This combination made the motorcycle shine on routes that demanded repeated adjustments in rhythm, rewarding riders who valued control and technique over sheer force. It cultivated a sense of engagement that some larger or more aggressive machines struggled to match. Aerodynamics also played an important role in shaping the Honda NS400R 1986 experience. The fairing design minimized turbulence, helping create a stable pocket of air even at moderate speeds, and this stability contributed to the machine's confidence during long stretches of open road. The wind management improved comfort while maintaining the motorcycle's compact and agile identity, allowing it to feel composed without sacrificing the sharpness that defined its personality. This balance of streamlining and maneuverability spoke to Honda's intent to create a machine capable of versatile performance rather than single-dimensional specialization. Despite its capability, the Honda NS400R 1986 confronted a cultural challenge. Many enthusiasts in its era equated excitement with high top speeds or overwhelming output, and the NS400R did not dominate those charts. As a result, the machine was often underestimated by riders who interpreted performance through narrow metrics. However, those who spent time with the motorcycle discovered a form of capability tied to control rather than spectacle, revealing strengths that only became clear when evaluating real-world scenarios instead of isolated performance tests. It became a case where the experience differed significantly from the initial impression. The Honda NS400R 1986 also offered an accessible riding posture that contrasted with some machines that demanded committed forward lean. This ergonomic choice allowed a broader range of riders to feel comfortable while still maintaining a sporty stance that encouraged active participation. The seat height, handlebar placement, and foot peg angles worked together to reduce fatigue during extended use, allowing riders to stay focused on refining their technique rather than fighting discomfort. By blending comfort with engagement, Honda created a machine suitable for frequent use rather than occasional outings. Maintenance considerations further shaped the identity of the Honda NS400R 1986. Its advanced systems required attentive care, but the engineering allowed many components to operate with consistency once properly set up. Enthusiasts who stayed on top of routine adjustments found that the machine rewarded their attention with reliability and stable behavior. Even the active exhaust technology, which some considered complex, proved durable when handled appropriately, reinforcing the idea that this motorcycle was designed with long-term usability in mind. The reception of the Honda NS400R 1986 among riders eventually became influenced by how its characteristics aged. Over time, the handling precision gained appreciation as road environments changed and riders sought machines that could offer satisfying control without relying on raw numbers. Its manageable size and responsive chassis made it appealing to those who wanted an engaging ride without excessive strain, and its uniqueness added a layer of interest that kept the model relevant among collectors. This shift in perception revealed how the NS400R's strengths were tied to qualities that became more valued as riding culture evolved. As discussions around the Honda NS400R 1986 continued, a clearer narrative emerged. The motorcycle represented a vision of performance rooted in experience rather than metrics, emphasizing coherence and predictability over momentary spectacle. This philosophy, though less celebrated during its launch, gained recognition as riders increasingly valued control, comfort, and character in their machines. Understanding the NS400R means understanding a blend of engineering discipline and practical consideration that shaped a distinct identity capable of leaving a lasting impression. The Honda NS400R 1986 sits at a crossroads where engineering intent, market expectations, and long-term legacy meet. Understanding its later life requires examining how riders came to reinterpret the machine through the lens of evolving priorities and shifting cultural standards. The model entered the world with ambitions rooted in balance and finesse, yet its value today is shaped by how those qualities matured over decades of changing tastes. The journey from underappreciated release to respected classic reveals how a motorcycle's reputation can transform as experience and perspective evolve. When discussing the Honda NS400R 1986 in its later years, a major factor is the appeal of scarcity. The limited production numbers and unusual configuration created a platform that became uncommon long before collectors began re-evaluating its worth. As the market moved toward larger, more aggressive machines, many mid-range two-strokes disappeared or were overshadowed, leaving the NS400R as one of the few surviving representatives of a thoughtful engineering approach. This rarity, combined with The distinctive V3 layout positioned the model as an icon for enthusiasts who seek machines with strong identity and historical significance. Riders who return to the Honda NS400R 1986 often describe a sense of surprise at how modern its handling feels. The chassis, lightness, and centralized mass create an experience that defies expectations for a machine built in the mid-1980s. On winding roads, the motorcycle responds with clarity and stability that align more with contemporary mid-range sport platforms than with many of its period rivals. This sustained relevance in ride quality strengthens its legacy because it demonstrates that well-considered engineering can remain satisfying even as technology advances. The machine feels connected to its time yet also capable of standing comfortably within today's standards for control and feedback. The Honda NS400R 1986 also benefits from a growing appreciation of machines that emphasize user engagement. As modern motorcycles become increasingly filtered by electronics and layered control systems, some riders find renewed enjoyment in platforms that rely on mechanical transparency. The NS400R's responsiveness, combined with its clear cues and predictable behavior, provides a sense of involvement that complements the rising interest in analog experiences. This analog appeal plays a major role in its resurgence among enthusiasts who value precision achieved through physical tuning rather than software intervention. It serves as a reminder that engagement can come from simplicity when the underlying design is cohesive. Collectors analyzing the Honda NS400R 1986 frequently highlight the durability of its components when properly maintained. The aluminum frame resists fatigue, the suspension remains adaptable, and the engine, though requiring attentive care, handles regular use when kept within proper maintenance intervals. This structural integrity contributes to long-term interest because it ensures that surviving examples can remain operational and enjoyable without excessive restoration. The motorcycle's robustness reinforces the idea that it was engineered with depth rather than novelty, giving owners confidence that the machine can be preserved as both a functional ride and a historical artifact. Another aspect of the Honda NS400R 1986 legacy lies in its sound and power delivery. The V3 configuration creates a distinctive auditory profile that feels different from common two-stroke layouts, producing a rhythmic, smooth cadence that appeals to riders who appreciate mechanical character. This character combines with a power band designed for usable strength rather than dramatic spikes, making the motorcycle comfortable for exploratory rides on varying terrain. Its sensory identity adds emotional value, highlighting how sound, vibration, and feel can elevate a machine's presence well beyond its numerical specifications. The cultural reassessment of the Honda NS400R 1986 is further shaped by how enthusiasts now interpret its design philosophy. In an era when many machines were pushing for peak performance metrics, the NS400R focused on creating a complete riding package that prioritized control and approachability. This approach resonates with current discussions about what makes a motorcycle enjoyable over long periods, especially as more riders seek harmony between performance and confidence. The model thus becomes a reference point for those who believe that balanced engineering often outlives design centered on headline numbers. Its legacy grows as more riders explore the nuances of its behavior rather than judging it by isolated benchmarks. Ownership stories involving the Honda NS400R 1986 frequently describe a sense of surprise at how easily the motorcycle adapts to a range of environments. Whether used for short city rides, long scenic routes, or technical backroads, the machine maintains a consistent personality that blends agility with calm behavior. This adaptability stems from its original engineering decisions, which balanced sport intentions with real-world usability. As a result, many riders come to view the NS400R as a machine that enriches their understanding of what mid-range two-strokes could achieve when refined by a deliberate design philosophy. The preservation of the Honda NS400R 1986 also plays an important role in its growing cultural weight. Restoration communities value the clarity of its mechanical layout and the accessibility of its structural components, which allow enthusiasts to maintain and rebuild the motorcycle without excessive complication. Parts sourcing requires dedication due to limited production, but the process creates a sense of involvement that enhances ownership satisfaction. This engagement, combined with the pride associated with maintaining a historically meaningful machine, adds another layer to the model's long-term reputation. As the Honda NS400R 1986 continues to be re-evaluated, its place within motorcycling history becomes more defined. It represents a moment when a major manufacturer attempted to translate high-level engineering into a compact performance machine with a distinctive identity, challenging assumptions about what mid-range platforms could accomplish. Its resurgence among collectors and riders reflects a broader shift toward valuing machines that prioritize skill, feel, and thoughtful design. In essence, the NS400R's legacy is rooted in its ability to offer an experience that feels complete, cohesive, and deeply engaging even decades after its debut. With the Honda NS400R 1986 now viewed as a unique intersection of engineering discipline, mechanical character, and long-term resonance, its story illustrates how a motorcycle's true value can emerge only after riders have the distance and perspective to appreciate what it accomplished. The model stands today not as a forgotten experiment, but as a refined performance platform that highlights how purposeful design can endure long after trends have passed. Its character, agility, and balance behavior continue to captivate those who discover it, ensuring that the machine remains a respected presence within the world of enthusiast motorcycling. The Honda NS400R 1986 stands as one of the most intriguing transformations in motorcycling history, not because it ever set performance records, but because it represents a clear vision executed with precision at a time when many riders were looking elsewhere. Understanding its path from modest reception to modern appreciation requires acknowledging how its engineering choices, rider experience, and cultural context combine to form a legacy that only became visible in hindsight. From its first moment on the road, the Honda NS400R 1986 delivered a riding experience shaped by balance, agility, and coherence, offering a sense of control that rival platforms of the era rarely matched. It favored thoughtful design over headline numbers, and this choice set the foundation for a long-term reputation built on capability rather than spectacle. Riders who approached it without expectations often discovered a machine that felt smooth, predictable, and rewarding, especially on winding routes where precision mattered more than peak output. Over time, the Honda NS400R 1986 gained recognition as a platform that encouraged involvement rather than demanding brute strength, and this engagement became a defining part of its appeal. Its V3 engine configuration, light chassis, and responsive suspension created a form of mechanical clarity that became increasingly valuable as modern machines layered on electronics and filtered responses. By contrast, the NS400R provided direct feedback, allowing riders to sense the road, understand its behavior, and refine their technique through genuine interaction. The motorcycle's reliability, when properly maintained, further supported its reassessment. The aluminum frame remains structurally sound, the cooling system maintains stability under varied conditions, and the active exhaust technology proved durable for dedicated owners. These qualities contributed to a level of confidence that helped preserve surviving examples, making the NS400R both collectible and usable. Its scarcity elevated its status, but its character sustained it. Rarity alone cannot maintain interest unless a machine possesses qualities worth seeking, and the Honda NS400R 1986 delivered those qualities with consistency. As enthusiasts revisited mid-range two-strokes, they found in this motorcycle a clear expression of engineering philosophy that prioritized control, comfort, and steady performance, aligning with a renewed appreciation for analog experiences. Today, the Honda NS400R 1986 stands as a refined reminder of what can be achieved when a manufacturer focuses on harmony rather than extremes. Its reputation continues to grow because it provides a riding experience that feels thoughtful, cohesive, and timeless. The machine remains an important reference point for those who value balanced performance, demonstrating how purposeful design can create a legacy that endures long after initial reactions fade.